So yeah, so I'm recording now, y'all. But anyway, again, I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate all the people that's subscribing to the TikTok page, man. That joint is going up massive, bro. In the last month of me trying to do a little thing with the YouTube, changing up a little bit, posting different things other than just the Bible. It's really gathering different. It's really going to YouTube is actually pushing it a little more, like encouragement and motivation and all these things like that. It's pushing it, so it's helping me get a lot of more subscribers. And shoot, in the last 28 days, I got over 100, so that's a good thing. That jank moving.
Blessings.
Yeah, so I think I found a formula with that, and then I found a formula with my Instagram, because my Instagram been slow, but it's me having a self-reflecting moment on the platform that I built, where I gotta be more consistent of just posting a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Really just posting. That's how I can really catch the algorithm. But I do appreciate all the people that's out there: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. But yeah, this joint right here was definitely a headache. Because I was trying to piece it together. Like it was like so much information coming at one time as I'm continue to study it, and I'm like, dang, this joint is crazy. Like I want to pack so much in it, and then like I said, it's more to come. Like next Friday, like you know what I'm saying, to this, it's gonna be more to this than just what I'm touching, because that Bible is in depth, y'all. It really is. It's in depth for sure. It's crazy. So I know y'all gonna like it for sure. I know y'all gonna like how I'm coming with this joint right here. And again, if you got something, you know what I'm saying, you feel like it, you want to bring it to the table, please don't hesitate and bring it to the table to add on to this, to open the picture up. I mean, make the picture even more clearer for me and for others too. But how y'all feeling though, man? How y'all feeling?
We here, baby. What's up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm finna start though. I ain't gonna finna wait too more. I ain't gonna wait, man. We're gonna get started, man. I'm gonna get started. Y'all let me know if y'all can see this here. I'm gonna share this screen and this audio. Can y'all see this?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Can y'all see this?
Yes, sir.
Bet. Okay. We got action. Like my boy, I don't know where Lawrence at. I don't know where Lawrence at. Anyway, we got action, man. So
he ain't been on here in a minute. Don't mean to cut you
right.
off.
You good, bro. Yeah, he ain't been on here in a long time. He ain't been on here in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But let's get comfortable. You got something to say it. You know what type of person I am. But yeah, welcome back again, man, to the Council of the Morning Star. I'm your friend in the neighborhood, Messiah, back at it again with another one. This one's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna step it up a little bit. Probably some people touched on this. I don't know for sure. I didn't really look around the internet. I just kind of let the spirit lead me with this one right here, for sure. But let's get into it. So basically, I dropped a video. And shout out to my boy. For telling me that he liked the intro of my videos now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, bro. I appreciate you, family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And yeah, so yeah, I appreciate it. So I dropped a video about the body and the soul and the spirit. Okay. And we consist of that. We consist of the body, the soul, and the spirit. And the Bible does too as well, which is very, very interesting. And y'all know how I am. I kind of stayed away from a lot of the literal sense because, it don't teaches you nothing. But I'm not saying I'm going to teach it literal. I'm just saying I want to be able to bring it to a teaching where people can understand. If they want to stay at the literal side, it does nothing for them. So I'm trying to bring it into a unique teaching in my own words where they can see that it does nothing for them. So with that being said, we consist of that, and the Bible consists of that. So the body of the Bible is the literal sense. And we're going to stop there for a second on that. And I want to show y'all this gram here. All right, y'all see this? I can be able to turn it too a little bit, but I want y'all to look at this really, really good. And as y'all can see, the all-seeing eye right there as well too. Can y'all see this good?
I don't really see anything.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. So we have the body. Okay. And we're going to read these verses out real fast. These two verses that they have at the top, because they are some good verses. And I'm going to start with Hebrews 4:12. And it says, for the word of God is living and active and sharper than any two-edged sword, even penetrating as far as the division of the soul, spirit, and body, joints and marrow, and able to judge the thoughts and intentions of the heart. And it's talking about the word, separating it like I'm doing now in this teaching, but putting it in a unique way now so people can understand the difference between the body, the soul, and the spirit of this Bible. So let me go to another one that they got at the top here. And we're going to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 23. And y'all can go with, if y'all want to follow behind. I want to make sure I read it out real loud for y'all. It says, now may the God of peace himself signify you entirely, and may your spirit, soul, and body be kept complete without blame and the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, which we know that's the divine idea, which is another interesting topic too that I want to bring up when it says that the coming of the Jesus Christ, which we know that's the divine idea. But that divine idea has to come where though? It's the question. And I'm going to let y'all, meditate on that for a little bit. So we have the body, the soul, and the spirit. And I want y'all to look at this gram real good here. And it has more verses, but I don't want to try to, prolong it too much here. Sense faculties, faith, hope, prayer, worship, where we in the spirit. And I'm going to turn this so y'all can see the carnal nature.
Hey, Messiah.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if it's just me, but all I see is what you had on your notepad or word on the Word documents. I don't see nothing else.
Same here.
I didn't go to the Bible verses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was just reading them out. Okay. But did you see it turn now? Can you see the carnal now being at the top instead of the body?
No, I don't see anything.
Okay, cool. Hold on. Cool. Let's do that over then. Let's go back to Telegram. Oh, yeah, it is pause. I don't know why it always do that. That's definitely ain't it. Let's see about that. Can you see that?
I see your background.
Okay, hold on. So you see my background? So
Yeah.
if you see my background, hold on, let me make sure. Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, can y'all see this real good?
Yes, about the superconscious mind.
Yeah.
Yes, the superconscious mind.
Okay, do y'all see this?
Yes, I see that now. The chart
We see it
with
now.
carnal, natural.
Got you. Okay, so let me go back then. let me just turn it around again. All right. And you can see this now.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
You see the verse? You see the verses at the top? What I just read, these 2 verses?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. I think we good now. I think everybody good now. All right. Look, so basically, as we look at this diagram right here, we're saying that the outer is the body, which is the carnal. See that? Can y'all see that? 1 Corinthians 3, verse 1 through 3. And then we have the natural, which is verse. Huh?
No, that was my radio. My bad, bro.
Oh, you go. Okay. So I want to talk about the body for a second here, okay? So let's go to the body.
Copy of that diagram.
Oh yeah, I can send. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Thank you.
Gotcha. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Okay, so let's go into the body. And what I mean by the body is the history and the literal sense of the body. Of the Bible. Okay. Now we know for sure that a lot of things have been changed. Okay. Especially in history. Right? We understand that the Bible has been revised and written and edited throughout history. If we look at this right here, what I just brought up something quick on the Bible and history, it'll tell you about a lot of different things. But let's go here. These stories have been altered, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because a lot of manuscripts have been translated from century to years to everything like that. So a lot of the things don't add up like they're supposed to do, and that's why you have a lot of people becoming atheists. But this is the body, though. This is the literal that they're teaching about. So we can go down. Let's go down right quick. Oral traditions. Before beginning writing down, many biblical stories were passed down through traditions, which we know when you pass down certain things, people try to add on to certain things. We know that. Which we know it was written in Hebrew and Greek, and a lot of the languages they didn't do right. Okay, then it says examples of stories that evolved over time. The woman caught in adultery. In many translations, this story, despite Jesus saying, "Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." But in some early manuscripts, this line is not present. So what you gonna believe this, or you gonna believe the early manuscripts? Like, where you at? Which we know that God is not the author of confusion. The resurrection of Jesus. Different accounts in gospel present slightly vary details with the events surrounding Jesus' resurrection, including who witnessed it and what they saw. Again, mistakes. Depending on the interpretation, the creation story can be read as a literal account of events or symbolic narrative about the relationship between God and that. So we at that. And in the story of David and Goliath, while the core narrative remains the same, some interpretations may be emphasized different aspects of the story, such as David's courage or God's intervention. So that's just examples. I don't want to try to dwell on it so much, but I want to give you that seed so you can see where I'm going with it at. That's the body of the Bible. That's the literal sense of the Bible. So people's teaching these things, but these things change over time. Still changing now. Still got people digging in everywhere, bringing up different type of stories. It's still changing. That's the body. But that's what the body does, right? Let's go here real quick. Can y'all see this?
Yes, I can see that. The body, soul, spirit needs.
Yeah, it's a little blurry though. It's a little blurry, but y'all can kind of match it out, right?
Yeah,
so the body.
can.
Okay, so the body changes. Physical health, energy, hormones, hygiene. But we talking about literal sense, and I'm trying to correspond it so you can see exactly where I'm going with this. Some exercise, some don't exercise. That's the literal sense. The body is going to change. So teaching the body of the Bible, it's not beneficial for anybody. It's not. Unless you want to teach it to the wicked, that's cool. But it's not beneficial for the ones that's actually trying to find truth. Okay. Now we see the soul. We're going to go to the soul. The soul is what? The soul is the moral of the Bible. But the soul changes as well too. Why does the soul change? Let's go into a teaching of the soul real fast, so we can see exactly where the Messiah is going with this at. Okay. Can y'all see this?
Yes.
I'm gonna bring this in a little bit. The scriptures give body, soul, and spirit a constitution all of man and woman. The spirit is the I am, the divine mind, God, the highest thought. Here we go. Soul is man and women consciousness, that which they have apprehended and developed out of spirit. Also, the impressions that they have received from the outer world. Soul is both consciousness and subconsciousness. So that soul that you reference in the Bible can change as well too, because it will have an effect on the outer world. Which is what? That's the morals that people teach, right? Let's go into some of the morals and why morals change. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so morals change because of what? Human contact. The people we interact with or share goals with can influence our morals. This is called the contact. The culture we live in can influence, which we know that. What we think is right and wrong. For example, smoking in public was once acceptable. Well, it still is in certain places. So technology, age, season. When you start to get into the soul, you're talking about the faith and the happiness and all of these things that's in the Bible, the Ten Commandments. All of these things come in play, and it changes though. It starts to change. So the soul and the body is what people teach. They don't teach the spirit. There's only a few that's going to get to the part where they want to teach the spirit. Everybody else teaches the body and the soul. And they always have changes on that. You have some people will say that God ain't do nothing wrong. And then in the next breath, you go down the line and say, well, he did do something wrong, but that's God. So they start to teach the soul of that. But the soul again is what though? The soul is the subconscious and the conscious. Now let's get into the let me say this first before I go into the spirit. Body is the formal expression of both spirit and soul. In its invisible facet, it expresses spirit, and it is seemingly in the pictures of limitations of soul. When man and woman puts out of the consciousness of limitations and realize the perfection of spirit, his body will be perfect. In other words, the salvation of the soul results in redemption. Any questions before I keep going this right here about the body and the soul before we go to the spirit of the Bible? Any questions? Okay. Man and woman is eternal. It's eternal one with the Father and his divine essence as a divine will. But when that will is sent forth to carry out the ideas of the Father, wisdom, a condition is set up, a state of consciousness called the soul, its outer court called the body. So again, the soul and the spirit is what the body is going to express. Okay? That's the outer court called the body. Again, but when that will is sent forth to carry out the ideas of the Father, wisdom and condition is set up, a state of consciousness called the soul, and its outer court called the body. This realm of things made or conditions of, or consciousness of conditions is termed the soul. The body is the outer court of the soul. It is the exact representation and form of the ideas that are revolving in the inner realms of its domain. So we are talking about in the next lesson, you guys, I'm going to show y'all so many different types of consciousness within this Bible. It's crazy. It's mind-blowing. Seriously, it's mind-blowing. It's out of this world where we have so many type of consciousness that we endure in life. It's crazy. It's a, man, I'm telling you, it's a headache. But we got to understand that we're dealing with consciousness, subconsciousness, and superconsciousness. And we're going to get into that in a few minutes. Okay? Any questions? Any questions before we get into it? All right, cool. Let me bring up this diagram. Can y'all see this?
Yes.
Okay. So it's another diagram about the spirit, the soul, and the body. And you can see here that you have what? You got the consciousness, you got the subconsciousness, and here will be the super consciousness. This is where the super consciousness is going to lie at. Okay? I've heard a few people say that the subconsciousness is where God is at, but I mean, I beg to differ, you know. But like I said, while I'm going into this, if you got something to add on, or you say, hey, you know, well, you know, whatever you call me, Buck Messiah, you know what I'm saying, this and that, you know what I'm saying, you know me, let's talk it out. I don't, you know, I ain't trying to debate my family. I just, you know, I want to hear it out because I'm going down this journey now to something new, and I'm just bringing y'all what's been brought to me. You know what I'm saying? So as we can see, the body, the bones, the brain, the cell, the muscles, the organs, the nerves, the limbs, which we know that the body is the physical plane. We understand that. You know, this group understand these things for the most part. So this is just another diagram that I thought was pretty interesting to look at, to see what the subconsciousness and what it holds. So let's go into that for a second, right? Consciousness, right? The sense of awareness, the knowledge, a realization of any idea, object, or condition, the subtotal of all ideals. Okay? Let's go down here. I don't want to read too much into this like that right here. Okay, here it goes. I put this all pieces together. Okay. So as you can see here, this is what the subconscious have. All right. Thoughts, emotions, sensation, and knowledge that makes up the consciousness, subconsciousness, and superconsciousness phases of the mind. It includes all the man is aware of: spirit, soul, and body. It is very important to understand. It's very important to understand the importance of our consciousness and spiritual growth. That's very important because that's where you're aware at. You're not aware in the subconsciousness, and God is dwelling in the superconsciousness. That's where he's at. Well, that's where he and she is at. Masculine and the feminine energy. So that consciousness is the most important part because everything, these things are going to come to the consciousness, and this is where you're able to articulate or whatever you're trying to do. You're trying to bring it into reality, what consciousness is at. Before they can mean anything to us, the intellectual concept does not surface to be certified with the intellectual understanding, leaving us subject to sin, sickness, poverty, and death, to assure continuum of the spirit, soul, and body as a whole. we must ever seek to incorporate the divine ideas into our mind. Our consciousness of eternal life places one in the stream of life that never fails. Now I go into the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind or subjective consciousness is the sum of all man's past thinking. I suppose to put man and woman. It may be called memory. The subconscious sometimes acts separately from the conscious mind. For instance, in dreams, in its work of carrying on body functions such as breathing and digesting. The subconscious mind has no power to do original thinking. It acts upon what is given through the consciousness or the superconsciousness mind. All our inventory and activities are the subconscious mind. They are the results of our having trained ourselves by the conscious mind to form certain habits and doing certain things without having to center our thoughts upon the consciousness. So that's the consciousness and that's the subconsciousness. Do anybody want to add to it, or y'all like it? What y'all think?
I got.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So all right. So just going off of the three, right? So you got the body, and then you said you got the conscious, subconscious, and then you got the superconscious, right?
Yeah, I'm about to. Well, this is superconscious right here. I ain't did it yet, but yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
So the way I think about it is like once you start having a spiritual understanding and everything, you can start to sit back and view people, or not view them, not necessarily judge them. You can tell who's in the body, which is what we call the matrix. And then you can see who's in the soul, which is when you have the understanding of, the masculine and feminine. And then the super conscious, I feel, would be when you understand that you're an entity here having an experience.
Correct.
That's all I had to say. I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay. Am I breaking up? Is my audio and everything good?
Yeah, I can hear you clear, bro.
Okay, go ahead. Who somebody else they wanted to add? Somebody else they wanted to add. Hey, good. Hey, I appreciate that input, bro. On point. On point for sure.
Messiah, could this be also go into the divine order that we studied with the male and the female? So we know that the subconscious is feminine because it's emotions, and the masculine, which is conscious, is intellect. So could the divine order coming in, and then the superconscious is the Christ consciousness?
Correct. Well, to me, I like that. To me, and this is just to me. I feel like as I dig deep into this more, y'all, because it's, what I'm saying, it's just like basically like a 40-hour thing that I put together, but the spirit really helped me out a lot, like a whole lot. I feel like the super consciousness is the God consciousness. I feel like I feel like Christ is dwelling in the subconsciousness. That's what I feel like. But that's just me studying off of, a couple days. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, me and you can talk it out and we can come to agreement. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying, no, you wrong. I'm just saying that's how I'm looking at it right now.
But if you put the divine order into that, it'll blow your mind.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I agree with that 100%.
Because we program our subconscious minds with our conscious mind.
Correct.
So that's where the male and the female come in, where they become one, where the female listens to the male, right? So your conscious mind is the female is listening to your conscious mind. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. I got you.
So that your conscious mind, everything that goes in, your subconscious mind listens to that. So then the male and the female divine order can come into it. This is just me reflecting.
I like that. And I'm glad you shared that. I actually just wrote that down just then.
Can I add on to what she just said?
I just wrote that down just then. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
So I agree with Madison was saying. So it's like your subconscious is based off what you consciously allow yourself to do.
Okay.
And what you consciously allow yourself to consume. And when I say consume, I mean physically, mentally, and spiritually. So whatever you're allow, and when I say allow, I mean when you allow yourself to feed into your addictions, or when you allow yourself to spiritually feed yourself, that's what your subconscious is going to breathe.
I like that. I like that right there.
That I think what Madison was saying with the divine order, it's like, all right, well, if I consciously know what I need to be doing, I need to consciously focus on that. So that's where controlling that, then that feminine energy comes into play.
Gotcha. I like that.
Because the subconscious mind will manifest anything that you tell it with your conscious mind.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, I definitely like that. Subconscious mind. Okay. Anybody else? Want to add on to this joint right here? This is some good stuff right here now, y'all.
I missed some of it, but I was listening to what Medicine said, and she's exactly right. Because everything we do in the conscious mind, the subconscious mind stores it up, and it's on recall. But what we're trying to do, even through meditation, we're trying to go into the subconscious mind and get all the negative thoughts, all the hurt, all the degradation, everything that we've had negative that has been deposited into our subconscious mind. We want to go in there and bring that stuff up and destroy it and replace it with something from the superconscious mind.
Right.
The superconscious mind is where you store up all the truths of God.
Right.
And now we're trying to take the things from the superconscious mind and put it in the subconscious mind. So every time you go into meditation, you think on things that are good, think on things that are lovely, think on things of a good report.
Okay.
Can I also add?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes. Do their thing.
So just adding to the subconscious talk, and it goes along with what Pastor Jesse just said. Like in energy healing, we help to release thoughts from the subconscious. So we also believe that the subconscious holds like your past, your memories, but also like the keys to unlocking your future.
And that's the thank you for that part right there had stuck out to me. That's why I had said what I said earlier about it being Christ, but I'm definitely receiving what y'all saying too. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely receiving what y'all saying. But go ahead, my bad. My bad.
I was done. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else? I like that. I love y'all, man.
I think you can also look at the subconscious mind as a womb. That's where everything is created. That's where you plant the seeds, and your conscious mind plants the seeds in the subconscious mind, and that's where creation is birthed. So it's like a womb.
Okay. Get down to like a womb.
Absolutely. And you, Messiah, you say it all the time. You always said that the Matrix was like one of the best movies, right?
Yeah.
So another way to look at your subconscious mind, think of it as a computer. Think of it as whatever it needs to be programmed. And the programs that you do is what you consciously allow yourself to do and what you consciously allow yourself to focus on. So whatever that is going to be programs. That's what your daily life is going to be. It's going to be those programs.
Okay.
I want to touch on something too.
Yeah, go ahead.
To me, the subconscious is more like what the animals deal with, which is an instinct. Have you ever driven a whole hour and then you kind of was thinking on something and didn't never realize that you wasn't really paying attention to the road, but somehow you didn't get into no accidents, you didn't run a red light or stop sign, hit nobody. You got
all the
home and
time.
it feels like I was only driving for like 10 minutes. That was your subconscious. All right. So to me, your conscious is actually that gift from God that gives you the power to decide and choose for yourself.
Yeah, because he that. Well, now this is super conscious. I was just about to say, okay, I like that though.
Yeah, I didn't touch on the super conscious because
it was just saying. It just said what you had. All it was when you was talking, and I had looked at it, and you said like guide you through the roads. It had said it, and I'm like, oh, he on point. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Okay. Yeah, the superconscious, I think that's something else. I think that's when you become one with the creator and actually let him be the one driving.
For sure. I agree with that 100%. All these points is good, bro. Every last single one of these points are great. Great for this. Anybody else? Anybody? Okay. Cool. Know the YouTube world gonna love this one. So the superconscious is mind. I don't know if a lot of people have y'all heard of the superconscious is mind? I know y'all probably have because we tapped in anyway.
I've never heard it referred to as the superconscious mind, but I've definitely I got the of it.
Okay. Cool. Somebody else said something?
Yeah, I was just saying I didn't know that that's what they referred it to, but I always looked at it as I don't want to say an instinct, but I always took it as it's closer as an instinct, but it's like how I took it was when you're like in thought when it comes to a decision, and you're trying to shuffle on what makes sense and what doesn't, and what's right and what's wrong, and out of nowhere, you get that instinct or feeling like, you know what, this is right. This situation will be right because it leans towards more on making sense, as well as I know that I would get a better result out of whatever situation that is ahead of me.
See, the only reason why I said what I said about the instinct is because I feel like the subconscious is practically no thought. You just acting. It's almost like something that's already there, and you are only following what's already embedded. With the regular conscious, to me, is something that you are kind of like thinking about and asking questions for guidance, but it's you thinking. I feel like subconscious, no, you don't do no thinking.
But I always took it as two different instincts, though. But go ahead, Masai.
You can share. I was just saying that's what I'm saying. Those things that he just said as I was studying it, it's just making me think that Christ is there. Christ has to be there. You know what I'm saying? And then once you get to that super consciousness, that's where God is at. That's what's making me think like that, But like I said, I'm receiving everything y'all saying too. So I'm just gonna, bring it all together, and then we probably had another discussion on it. Go ahead, Trey.
Hey, to
all
me,
I was saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can I chime
all
in
I was saying was, yeah, go ahead, Pastor.
See, the superconscious mind is the Christ consciousness. This is why the Bible tells you to store up your treasures in heaven. Your treasures are silver and gold, which is love and wisdom. And so what we're supposed to be doing is storing up love and wisdom into the superconscious mind, like I said, which is the Christ consciousness. And that's how we're able to, what the Bible talks about in the kingdom, about loosening and binding. And so once you store these thoughts up in the superconscious mind, whenever something negative comes from your subconscious or your conscious mind, All you have to do is bring down one of the thoughts from the superconscious mind, and it totally eliminates it. So the superconscious mind is the Christ consciousness.
Okay. Gotcha. So who else tried to say something? Trey?
Yeah, I was gonna say something. Just rebuttaling after what Kingman was saying. I was trying to just say that I always thought that there's two different types of instincts. We got, well, in the human form, we got the animalistic instinct, and then we got the, like Pastor was saying, we got our Christ instinct. Because either instinct is all communication. So, like, for instance, when we talk about the animalistic instinct, when you're hungry, you automatically gonna get food because that's what your body is telling you.
All right.
And when we talk about the Christ instinct, it's more saying that's the right judgment. It's the right or wrong judgment. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. So I always looked at those things as, it's two different parts between those because, we have to decipher off our thoughts and our feelings.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I had to say.
Okay.
I think that the higher conscious is your higher self or the divine mind where you are connected to God. That's your connection.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. I agree 1,000%.
I'm trying to remember, was it you when we did that one little, we just did a regular conversation on a Wednesday. Was you on live?
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about how, say when you outside and you're just walking down the street and you pass this block and you have this weird feeling when you pass this block, like, hey, you know what? I don't think I should either walk past this block or be around this block. I'm gonna go the other way.
Right.
And so you do just that. And so you get to your destination safely, and then you hear on the news or you hear from word of mouth that something happened in that area around a certain time that you was there.
Mm-hmm.
I always take that. I take that also as the super conscious mind, because I think it always thinks ahead, but while you're in the present.
Okay. I like that. All right.
And it's like those moments when you get that inspiration and you're just like, it's like you're connected. It's like incredible.
For sure. All right. So the superconscious mind, a state of consciousness based on true ideas, on an understanding and realization of spiritual truth, where there is no vision of people, cast or resent, Proverbs 29:18, right? Well, let's read that real fast. Since we here, I'll read that real quick. Y'all want to go to it? Y'all can too. We're going to go to Proverbs and see what they said about this. 29:18. It says, oh, okay, that was actually the verse. Okay, I'm just making sure. Got it. Okay, that was the verse. It says, we must see beyond matter and material possessions or civilization where perish from the earth. If the subconsciousness or the Christ mind is not developed, the people will destroy one another. Oh my God. I think I need to say that 1,000 times. I'll say that again because they hit home. We must see beyond matter and material possessions and the civilizations will perish from the earth. Now let me stop there real quick, because I talked about this yesterday. Was it yesterday? I believe, yeah. On the not yesterday, the day before that, on the live, right? we got people killing people over tennis shoes. We got people killing people over possessions, cars, and all of these things like that right there. This is what this is talking about. Because I tell people, and I just said it, but I'm going to start telling people, it's not about the person, it's about the thoughts that you're battling. So instead of picking up weapons and all these things, why not we just have a man-to-man, woman-to-woman, or man-to-woman conversation instead of destroying each other? That's how you know we're not where we're supposed to be. We're still on the physical plane. We're too much into the materialistic things, and me, I am guilty of it myself. I still have certain arguments about certain things. I ain't never put my hands on nobody about no things like that, you know. But yeah, these are possession things that doesn't matter. That really don't matter at all. What matters is you understanding that I am you and you are me. That's what matters the most. And those material things, the money and all these other things, that stuff don't matter. It's not doing nothing for us at all. You got people that's trying to that try to make material things good. Your rappers, your celebrities, all of these things are smoke and mirrors that they do. All the chains and stuff that they wear, you know, it looks good, but it doesn't hold no value for nobody. What holds values the most, like the pastor had said, and I said the other day on the live, is about where your treasure's supposed to be, and that's the mind. That's the most valuable thing that you have. Because once you lose that, you're nothing. Everything else don't matter when you lose that. Anybody want to touch on that real quick before I continue to read? I know y'all. I know somebody want to say something on that part. If don't, I can keep going. Okay, cool. All right. So we must see beyond matter and material possessions. And can y'all hear me? Make sure we still good, though.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So we must see beyond matter and material possessions, or civilizations will perish from the earth. Which that's what it's doing. If the super consciousness of the Christ man is not developed, the people will destroy one another. An insane warning for the fleeting things of the world. Preaching the glories of heaven would not reach a mind that has no capacity for the enjoyment of heaven. The connection between the super consciousness mind and the consciousness mind is established within by meditation, by going into the silence, and by speaking the word. And the word is what, you guys? It's not about the Bible. It's about truth. I said a video in Telegram about saying I am that I am. I say that all the time. Y'all know I say it on every video. Okay. The subconsciousness is man's and woman's only sure guide through the maze of the creative process. By trusting to the unfoldment of y'all not be brushing words of this guide, man opens himself to the inspiration of the Almighty. So anybody want to share on the subconsciousness? I mean, I said super consciousness. I'm sorry. Anybody want to share on that?
Yeah. So
yeah,
this is kind of what I was saying about like understanding that you an entity in this body, and that you're not your emotion, you're not your feelings, these aren't you. You're just experiencing them. So it's like you start to see, like we're saying with that I am you and you are me, you start to see that people who they're not aware that they're not their emotions, so they start to act on the emotions, and yeah, they're not in control of themselves.
1000%, bro. 1000%. That's correct, all the way around. It's crazy that we glorifying killers, bro. I'm done with that, though. I'm done with that. Anybody else? Before we continue? All right. So we touched on the body. We touched on the soul. Okay. We touched on the subconsciousness, superconsciousness, and consciousness. And we understand that the body and the soul can change. But we know that spirit don't change. We know that. We know spirit doesn't have no contradictions. God is not the author of confusion. So when you teach the Bible in spirit, it all aligns. And that's what we do. I mean, there ain't no need for me to kind of go into that. Y'all kind of know what we teach here anyway. That's why I didn't really got no, no slide enough for that. So when you teach with spirit, it's no mistake. It's no confusion. It's no change. It's none of those things. It aligns with you. It feeds the spirit like it's supposed to do, where it feeds the soul. So you can express it through the body the right way. So that's the body, the soul, and the spirit, you guys. Okay, and I'm gonna put that all together where when I'm on live, I can bring it even better, even beautiful. All right. So now I want to go to the 5 elements, and this what really gave me the headache, because I was trying to piece it all together, which I already knew it was there. It was just about piecing the information that I was looking upon all together to make this a presentation for people. Because that's what it's about. Putting it together, so people can see it, painting the picture and, making the picture vivid. But I know I got a family behind me, and y'all tell me, we got your back, bro. So I already know that I want y'all to, I want y'all to come in with me with this and help this be a beautiful presentation for people. Okay. So we got 5 elements. Some people say 4. Some people don't really know of the 5th one. It's different words that is used for the 5th one, which is spirit. Some people say ether, or how you pronounce it? It's Aether, and the other word is akashi. Can somebody help me with that? Is there any other words for the 5th one? Akashi, yeah.
No, I think you said it right. It's Akashi Records.
Oh, okay. So that's the 5th element. All right, you got 5 elements in the Bible that God uses, and it's so crazy that people pass by it and they don't even look at it as in how we looking at it now. Which again, that goes right back as a full circle. Nobody's teaching the spirit of the Bible, so they can't see it. They not gonna see it as long as they teach the body of the Bible. So I want to start off with the pinnacle, right? And it's a teaching. Let me see. Do I got it pulled up here? I don't think I got it pulled up here, but I'm gonna go here with it. I'm gonna go here. That's one of the diagrams, but I'm gonna use this diagram too as well too, because this is a good diagram too. All right. Now, the 5 elements of water, right? 5 elements, and water, okay, it's a feminine element. You can cut in and but you can cut in if again, if you don't think that I'm kind of going in the right direction, just buttle in, you know what I'm saying, and help out and make the picture more vivid. And I want people to know too. I want you to keep this in mind. All right. As me sharing this, this practice, I want y'all to also understand that some people may, again, look at it different. You practice it different. People use these elements for different types of things too. Because I looked at a few videos and I'm like, wow, this is actually mind blowing. And then when you look at it in the Bible, it's like, yo, it's crazy. So we're gonna get to the part where Jesus actually, the character, the message actually use it as well too. So water is a feminine element. It's symbolic of change used for healing, cleansing, and purification. Anybody want to touch on that before I move to the next one? I could have used this one too. because that's not saying what I'm saying in my notes, but you know, water is a.
And Messiah, those are actually the 4 lower chakras, which is showing there also.
Oh yeah, it aligns with the chakras too, correct?
Right, earth, water, fire, and the 4th one is the air.
Yes. Yeah, it aligns with the chakras too. Okay. Fire. Fire would be a masculine element, symbolic of strength and used to purify, create, and destroy. Okay. Which we see in the Bible because we know what fire and water actually represented, but we're going to get into that in a few minutes. Air is another masculine element, symbolic of the mind and used for communication, wisdom, and mental emerges. Earth is a feminine element, symbolic of the womb and used for grounding and material I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing that wrong. Okay. But when we get to the spirit, it's a different story. As you can see, it doesn't have no color there. The spirit is neither masculine nor feminine. This element is associated with joy and used to bring people and things together. That's when you see I am you and you are me. When you get to that point right there of these elements. You see no skin tone. You see nothing but joy and peace and happiness. This is what the message of the Bible is trying to get us to, which is the last stage of the sonship as well, too, when you get to this point right here. Now, what's so interesting is Jesus, right? The teachings of Jesus is deeply connected to the 5 elements of these teachings and are represented with spiritual powers being over the physical world. So let me go into this real fast and show y'all what we got here. This is where it's going to get interesting at. So I'm going to go to Matthew. All right. Hold on, wait, not Matthew. I'm sorry. I'm going to go to Matthew. Yes, I'm sorry. It is Matthew. Okay. So let those who have eyes see and those who have ears heard. When you look at Matthew chapter 3, verse 16, it shows you that the 5 elements was used. Why? Because one, Jesus was under the law. And that's the physical, which we know that's what the earth is. That's the lower self. So first, let's read the verse first. And Jesus, when he was baptized, went up straightward out of the water, and lo, the heavens were opened unto him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove, lightning upon him. Now again, he had to be baptized. So we see clearly, we see the earth, and Jesus, when in baptized, went straight out of the water, because it's a hierarchy to the 5 elements. It's earth, which is the lower, it's water, it's air, it's fire, then it's spirit. And it shows here in Matthew 16 from earth all the way into the spirit. He was under the law. He was baptized by water. The air represents heavens. When we go into the stronger coordinates, I'm going to show you that they use air in heavens. Okay, I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. Okay, the fire is the spirit. And the dove is the spirit. It's the spirit. I'm sorry. Lightning upon him. So they use 5 elements in that one verse of earth, water, air, fire, and spirit. Now let me show you something about this right here. Let's go to the heavens. And I'm going to show you why this is air. Why I chose to use that as air. I'm going to go to my stronger coordinates and I'm going to put in air. They told me I don't want to donate nothing. What in the world? Okay. Now hold on. Let me see something real quick. I wanted to show you in my math sword because my math sword shows it better. So let me put this in here right quick and I'm going to show you why it's intertwined with air and heaven. Okay. Let me see. Sorry about the music. My daddy, he partying. Y'all, I know y'all can hear it.
Barely.
You can hear it.
Yeah, I could barely hear it though. Probably over there having himself a good time.
Yeah, hey, look, you already know. All right, so let me put it in heavens here on my sword. Okay. All right. Now the stronger coordinates for this word is H. It's HA064. Hold on. And I'm gonna click this. Okay. Now, hold on, where is it at? Okay, so we go to this. Let me see. Can I show it in my blue letter Bible here? And I just want to show y'all that it corresponds with air. That's what I want to show y'all so y'all can actually see what I see. I ain't even spell heaven right. Okay. All right. Now, we're going to click here on our tools. And we're going to go to this. Okay. Oh. All right. And we're going to scroll down. Can y'all see this?
I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So right here, clear as day, it shows you what? And God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish, the sea, and over the fowls of the earth. But the earth, fowls of the air. I'm sorry, I said earth. Air and heaven has the same strong coordinates. Clear as day right here, you can see it. You can see it again right here in Genesis 1:30. Same stronger coordinates, using it interchangeably. So when we go back to the verse that I'm showing you, when I said the 5 elements are in there, Jesus is overcoming the earth. He's showing you how to overcome earth. And we know the family know what earth represents in the Bible. While we here, we know that earth represents the physical. So Jesus is showing you how to overcome the physical. So again, and Jesus, when he was baptized, he went straight out of the water. And lo, the heavens were open unto him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove. That's the 5 elements right there. Now, let me give you some key points on some of the teachings of the elements, which a lot of people, I don't think, know that Jesus, well, I didn't say Jesus, but that was actually being taught. Okay. So we understand that it's not no directly biblical text that's saying that he actually used it, but let those who have eyes see and those who have ears hear. And some of the key points, we understand that when Jesus used earth, Jesus is often associated to earth through his teachings about planting seeds and the harvesting to symbolize growth and new life coming from the ground. So my question is to my family first before I move on. Why is it coming from the ground? Because you must do what exactly?
Grow, right?
What you say?
You have to grow, right?
I can't hear you, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying, if it's coming from the ground, you're supposed to grow, right?
Correct. So you're stripping the ego and the animal instincts from the bottom. The 5 elements have a hierarchy again, and it starts with earth. Did anybody know that John the Baptist actually represent water? And when John the Baptist was baptizing in water, he was only doing what? He was cleansing the material consciousness, which I didn't want to say that because that's for the other teacher. but he was cleansing the materialistic consciousness. And then we know that fire comes next. That's the hierarchy of the 5 elements. So that's why Jesus used the earth. Another reference, water. Jesus is referred to as the living water in the Bible, representing spiritual cleansing and a renewal. There go another element. Air. The Holy Spirit is often compared to wind, right? Signifying the intangible nature of the Spirit and its power to move and transform. Fire. Jesus is something dispatched as a consuming fire, symbolizing purifying power and instinct in his love, which we also know that the scriptures tell us what? That God is a consuming fire. If I quoted that right, I believe I did. So these are the 5 elements that's being used in the Bible, but I'm not done yet, right? So we're going to start off with earth first. And I'm going to bring up a few verses so you can actually see what's going on here. Any questions first? Y'all want to add on to this real fast?
Actually, I do have a question.
For sure.
So can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when talking about John the Baptist and how he represents water.
Correct.
So when you're saying that, when you said that, what I want to understand, so when Jesus got baptized by John the Baptist, was that basically saying that, John the Baptist basically planted the seed of information or what was good to allow Jesus to grow?
Well, what he was doing was, one, it was setting an example. So it was using the water to baptize the material conditions that you have. So water will be a preparation for the fire. So you're gonna get baptized in water first. These are steps. That's why I'm saying a hierarchy from earth all the way up into the spirit. Let's go to the diagram again.
So it's like a cleansing. The water was like a cleansing.
Correct. Water is a cleansing. So it's a hierarchy. Now I'm going to show you something that I learned. If you descend, when you descend this way. Can y'all see the mouse?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so when you descend like this to fire. Then you're going to go to earth. Then you're going to go to water. I mean, I said earth. Then you're going to go to air. Then you're going to go to water. Then you're going to go to the earth, which will make this pinnacle. That's what they called it in the ancient times. Well, some cultures did. Now, if you're going to ascend, which way will you start at, Trey? Where will you start at?
Wait, say that again.
If you're going to ascend, I just showed you descending. So where will you ascend from?
You ascend from fire? No, the earth.
The earth, correct. That's where you ascend from. That's why Jesus used the earth, to start off with some of the parables. Because that's where you're going to spiritually grow from. You're going to spiritually grow from the bottom. You're going to spiritually grow from the earth. That's what the earth represents. We know that heaven and earth. But I'm going to show you some verses where it shows you clearly that the earth is always on the bottom. Let me bring this up real fast for the people, because I know some people are into, the elements. Anybody want to add something before I keep going? This is good right here. I hope y'all enjoying this.
It's definitely some new information.
Y'all want to add? Anybody want to add on to this? Nobody want to add? All right. Okay. Cool.
I just want to say I like this. because now we're getting into how the zodiacs and everything work.
Yeah, this definitely corresponds with the zodiac. The spirit just led me to the 5 elements, but this definitely corresponds with the zodiac. But I heard a lot of people saying about zodiac, so I said, well, let me do something on the elements. You know what I'm saying? So let's go into this real fast about the elements, right? Real fast before I continue. So it says air relates to intellect, ideas, inspiration, and the mind. It corresponds with the east. Let me bring this up. It corresponds with the east. The color yellow, okay, the suit of the sword in the chariot, the throat, the heart space, wind, sound, smoke, smell, feathers, birds, okay? Unseeable forces that influence our minds. And in astrology, the 3 air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay? So trying to bring in a little bit of that zodiac, you know, just studying a little bit, y'all. You know, I'm gonna get nasty with it later. I'm telling you. It's just the beginning, though. I'm gonna bring the zodiacs in this Bible and everything. I'll bring it all out. Anybody got something to add on to that real fast? Anybody? All right,
a lot of what you're saying is in the green, the emerald tablets, the Hermetic texts.
Say that again, Madison.
I said a lot of what you're referring to is in the emerald tablets, in the Hermetic texts.
Oh, okay. Cool. And see, that's the thing right there. I ain't even went into those yet. So it's like I'm trying to, like I said earlier when I first started, it's like this Bible, well, which we know that the Bible, the authors just took different information from different cultures, you know what I'm saying, different civilizations, and kind of packed it into one Bible, you know. So that's why
like
I'm kind of.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's like that game Telephone,
right?
More or less. You know,
right.
Have you ever played that game?
Yeah, I played it before.
It's similar.
You gonna make me play that game again, man? But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to kind of piece it all together, you know. Like I said, with my website and everything else, I'm trying to have a one-stop shop thing, you know, where everybody can come to that one website where they don't gotta go here, go there. Let me click this link right here. Let me go all, you know, I'm trying to do that, you know, try to bring it to a one-stop shop thing. But yeah, I appreciate that input, Madison. Anybody else? Okay. All right, cool. It says fire relates to transformation, action, power, and the ego. It corresponds with the south, the color red, the suit of wings, and the tarot. Y'all know what tarot is, the tarot cards. The solar plexus, area, flames, heat, candles, the phoenix, dance, the destruction, forces that encourage new growth. In the astrology, the 3 fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Oh God, Sagittarius. Leo and Aries. Okay. Anybody got some input on that? Input? Anybody? You know, I know y'all know about the zodiacs now. All right, cool. Let's go to the next one. It says water. Water relates to emotions, intuition, feelings, and the subconscious mind. It corresponds with the West. Oh, that just hit me. I appreciate that, Madison. That's just a confirmation right there. That was a confirmation right there that you gave me just then when you had said what you had said earlier. You were saying that the subconscious is like the woman. And clear as day, when I just read maybe 10, 15 minutes ago, I said that the water is the feminine element, symbolic of change used for healing, cleansing, and purification. So then we have right here where it says water relates to.
Then when we went to his house, then he put the garage up, and then he went out all over the house, and the lady asked what he was doing. What the fuck you doing? What you doing? Remember that? When we went to get a deal meat for you, she got mad because he come all up through the house and everything, and asked what he was doing.
I think she did say that. I think she said that. All right, so excuse my daddy, y'all. So okay, so Madison, I appreciate that. So it says water relates to the emotions, intuition, feelings, and the subconscious mind. It corresponds with the West, the color blue, the suits of cups and the tarot, right? Spring, ocean, tears, shells, water animals, things in the liquid state like melting, wax, and the forces that moves us to feel so we can cleanse and heal. And in astrology, the 3 water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Interesting. Anybody want to add? All right. Then it says Earth relates to safety, protection, the material world, and the physical body. It corresponds with the North, the color green, the root space, dirt, trees, rocks, food, bones, wisdom. The physical emerges. The support of sustenance us. In the astrology, the 3 earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So I forgot to add that in there, but I just wanted to add that in there for the people. Okay. So yeah, let's go back to this real fast. And we showed that descending and ascending from Earth. But let's go to some of the verses in the Bible where it's using the elements. Let's go to a few of them right now. First things first. Where we at here? I'm gonna go to Earth first. Let me see. All right, which we already know. If I give you the spirits, I'm gonna just give it again for the people that's out there that's listening. The metaphysical speaking, the Earth represents the consciousness of the physical body. So I'm gonna go to some verses that shows you clearly that one, God is using the element, and he's also corresponding spiritually with the body, the physical body. I got this all over the place. Any questions before I find this real fast? Any questions, you guys? Anybody want to add something to it? Add something to it, you know? If not, okay. Okay, so clearly one of the verses that I'm going to bring up is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19 and 20. And the pastor had quoted this one earlier. He quoted this one earlier. 19 and 20. It says, lay not for yourselves treasures upon the earth, where moth, rust, doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. So my question is to the family, what is it saying? As it used one of the elements to show us something. Anybody can answer.
What's the question?
Oh, I just said, what is the Bible using the element earth to represent in this verse right here?
I was saying, like, don't get caught up on material things.
Right.
Or earth connects us to our physical realm.
Correct. That's correct. Okay. Let's go to another verse, okay? Oh, somebody else about to say something? Oh, yeah, go ahead, bro.
A good question to ask people, like, if you're trying to, like, I don't know the term, I guess I would say wake them up or plant a seed, I would guess, is ask them what would their motives in life be if it wasn't for money? Because if you think about it, everything that you're doing is basically for money, because we have to pay to live in this world, in this matrix.
For sure. That would be a great question. That would be a great question. What would they do without it? That would be a great question. Anybody else? It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth, which we know if we just looking at it as the body, then they would think it's talking about digging a hole somewhere. But then you would contradict it because it says in 20, but lay for yourselves treasures in heaven, which we know what heaven is. That's a state of mind. So that's what happens when you teach the body of the Bible. So let's move on to the next verse. We're going to Psalms 30, chapter 33. Okay. Where the Spirit has used the element earth again. 4 and 5. It says, for the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are done in truth. He loved righteousness and judgment, and judgment. The earth is full of goodness of the Lord. Use the earth again. Any questions? Let's go to Psalm 73. Psalm 73. And we're going to read 25 and 26. Whom have I in heaven but thee, and there none upon earth that I desire besides thee? Whom have I in heaven but thee, and there is none upon earth that I desire beside thee? Why would he not upon earth that I desire besides thee? None upon earth would mean what? He wouldn't want you to be in the physical plane. Whom have I in heaven but thee? And there is none upon earth that I desire beside thee. Okay, let's go to the next verse. Isaiah 55, 8 and 9. We're just going to do a few of them. I ain't going to do all of them. I just wanted to show y'all. All right.
Sorry, Messiah, what element are you on now?
We're on earth.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So it says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, says the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than yours. So are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So there we go again, showing that the earth is the Lord self, which is the physical body. Okay. We're going to go to Job 19 and 25 real fast. And then we're going to move on to the next one. 19 and 25. It says, my bad. Well, I can read right there. It says, the words were now written. That they were printed in the book. that they were graven with the iron pen and laid in the rock forever. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the later day upon the earth. So the Redeemer, which will be you, will stand upon the earth. Once you do what, though? Once you come to the Christ mind. And do I want to do one more? Nah, I'm going to go to the next one. Okay. So let's go to the next element, which will
Can
be...
I add for Earth,
yeah.
You could also use Genesis 1:1.
Genesis 1:1, okay. Yeah, I don't even know why I ain't do that one though. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form, void, darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And we did do a small breakdown for the people that's out there on the YouTube and TikTok. We did a small breakdown of Genesis 1 and I believe 2. That's when Stuart was with us. So go check that out. That is on YouTube about heaven and earth. I mean, about Genesis 1. So definitely go check that out. Any more add-ons? Y'all want to add on something else? If not, we'll move to water. We're kind of going down the going up the hierarchy of the elements. Anybody want to add on to the earth? If not, we're gonna move to water. All right, cool. So, water, right? Water in its different aspects has a lot of different aspects. Okay, but cleansing is the one I'm actually going to show you today. Cleansing the mental. In some cases, life, and it gives vital energy. So when we look at water, we know that Jesus said he was the living waters. We know that God also used water for cleansing in Genesis what? 6. If we go to Genesis 6 right now, a lot of people say that the flood story, they believe in the flood story, that God killed all babies and everything like that. But if you read it with a spiritual eye, you will understand what God actually did. In the flesh and come before the earth and field. Okay, so this is kind of good. Might want to just read this real fast. I'm going to read it real quick. Okay, it says, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men which were of old, and men of renown. And God said that the wickedness of the man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he made man on earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping things and the fowls of the earth, for it repented me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just a man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. We actually had breakdowns on this on YouTube as well too, you guys, if you want to get some breakdowns. A breakdown on Genesis 6. which you know what earth is right now, so you can kind of see a little bit. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted its ways upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, the end of the flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. It's crazy that when I read this, I can see, and then I can also see why they think this is that. Like, why they think this is a flood story. It's crazy. It's like, it's just crazy. So it says, make thee an ark, a gopher wood, room shalt thou make an ark, and shall pitch it without the pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, and breadth of its 50 cubits, and the height of 30 cubits. And a window shalt thou make to the ark. Too long-winded on y'all guys. Okay, so hold on. Let me see. In the living, is it all in every living thing fetched to bring on the ark, fowls, and take thou unto the tea of all flood that is eaten, and shall gather thee for food. It says, thus Noah, according to all God commanded him, so he did. We can go to Genesis 7. Hold on. It says, and Noah was 600 years upon the earth. Okay, so the water was a cleansing of the earth. Now, earth represents the physical body. Water represents a cleansing of the body. Because why? What happened? And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. What happened? What did they do? They started to be what? It's the same story over and over. They started to be led by emotions. They started to be led by their flesh. They started to do things that they shouldn't do. They wasn't led by the Spirit anymore. So God had to do what? God had to clean the earth. He had to fill the earth with new information. You can use information too, because when you say what? Man, you can't hold water. Because once I give you some new information, it's going to give you some insight on new things. I'm planting a new seed. You're washing away the old and you're bringing in the new, the cleansing. So you can look at, I try to give it to you, a few ways so you can look at this. So that's what happened. It didn't flood the whole world and kill babies and all that stuff. You don't look at the masculine and feminine. You don't look at God like that. God ain't got to do that. God don't kill. He don't kill people. He kills thoughts. So that's what happened. The body was cleansed of all the flesh that was led, the emotions. All right. So that was water. But I'm going to bring up a few verses real quick. I don't want to get too long-winded. I'm going to bring up a few verses about the water, you guys. Few verses for the people out there. Anybody want to add on to that? Why get these verses out real fast?
You could also look at water. You know how it's fluid, it changes from liquid to gas. We also can do that with our emotions.
Okay. That's correct. That's what water is. That's exactly what the element is representing too. A change and used for healing, changing, and cleansing and purification. That's correct.
Yeah, because water is like solid, liquid, and gas. So our thoughts and emotions can transform just like water. Like correct. Bruce Lee said.
That's correct. Oh, that's the fire. That's a good add-on right there, Madison. Anybody else want to add on to that, to this element right here that God used to give us a teaching with? All right. So let's go to John 4, chapter 4, verse 13 and 14. John 4. (13 and 14). It says, and Jesus answered and said unto her, whosoever drink of this water shall thirst again. But whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst, but the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. So this is the reason why I said before I went into the water that the water, like Madison just said, I appreciate that, Madison. It's a change. So water has different types of meanings, you guys. So you read in context to see what type of water is being used. Okay? Because all information ain't good information. Okay? Are you getting some good water or are you getting some bad water? You know? Anybody want to add on to that real quick? Move to the next one.
Can I ask a question? Because Jesus says that we have to be born of water and the Spirit.
Correct.
I think it's in John 3:5. So how does that? How can you explain that?
Because you gotta get a cleansing first before you get the Spirit.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You can't get the Spirit if you ain't clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to be clean. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, can I add on to that?
Yes, sir.
So pretty much like what you're saying about you can't get the Spirit until you clean. It's like you can't ascend until you find that balance of the feminine and masculine.
Correct.
Till you understand the divine order.
Correct. 1000% correct. Appreciate that, bro.
Yep.
Anybody else? All right. We're going to Isaiah chapter 55, verse 1. It says, basically God is inviting everyone who is thirsty to come to the waters. So it says, ho, everyone that thirsts, come ye to the waters. And he that have no money, come ye, buy and eat, and ye come buy wine and milk without money and without price. So clear as day that we know is very symbolic. Because unless you trying to steal some dang on milk and stuff, or you stealing wine. But clear as day we know that if you're thirsty, you got to drink from the living waters for sure. Right? And you don't need no money for none of this. I showed a verse the other day when I was on live. I'm gonna go to that real fast about this one. Correspond with this one real quick. Acts 8, verse 20. It says, but Peter said unto them, thou money perish with thee, because thou hast thought that the gift of God may be purchased with money. Now, to add on to that verse, we have a lot of people that, go to school. You know what I'm saying? They go to college and everything for studying for God. So they actually using their credit and everything to buy these courses and stuff like that. And they feel like they can get this teaching from that by buying into something and thinking that God is just going to give it to them like that. And it don't work like that. Doesn't work like that at all. So they have made the same way they make thousands, they made millions off us just going to college for no reason, right? They got you trying to go to college for God too. So you can't purchase that. You can't purchase the spirit. It can't be purchased. It has to be earned. And how is it earned? It's earned like bro just said, by cleansing yourself, by being the one you're supposed to be. That's how the spirit chooses you. That's how you put these glasses on so you can see everything. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it is, it's never picked the perfect person. The perfect person ain't picked. It's not. You're not gonna be perfect when you're chosen. So let's go to another one. Go another one real fast. Let's go to Matthew 5 and 6. Anybody want to add on to that before I move to the next one? We're on the element of water. Five and 6. It says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall." Oh wait, yeah, that's right. It says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled." Okay. Let's go to another one. Matthew 10 and 42. These kind of the same ones, probably, I believe. I'm about to see though. It says, "And whoever else shall give to drink unto one of these little ones of cups of cold water, only in the name of the disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward." So basically what happens is, in this context of this verse, Jesus says that whoever gives a cup of cold water to the disciple would not lose their reward. So using water again to show you how water can definitely, give you life. And I'm gonna use one more. We're gonna go to Ezekiel 36, and then we're gonna go to the next element. Ezekiel 36. I'm gonna do 25 and 20 through 28. It says, then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart. I will give you an heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in statute, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land that I give to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. So dwelling in the land, we know clearly we're not talking about like an actual land mass. We're talking about a dwelling place within the mind, the state of mind that you're going to be in. That's where you're going to dwell at. Okay. But clear as day, he's using water, the element of water again, to show you that he's bringing you to a higher consciousness. Okay. Any questions? All right. Let's move on to air. Let's move on to air. All right. Anybody want to? Let me see where we at.
Michelle, can I ask a question? Before you brought the zodiac into the elements, what about with water?
Say it again.
What about the zodiac signs for water and the comparison?
You had missed that? I think you probably missed that. The zodiac signs for the water would be the Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So I'm gonna read. Want me to read that again to you? Yeah, I read. What you probably you had stepped away.
Yeah, my kids came home and they were chatting to me. Sorry.
Oh no, you okay? No, you good. You handle your business. I can read it again to you. It says water relates to emotions, intuition, feelings, and the subconscious mind. It corresponds with the West, the color blue, the suit of cups and the tarot, the spring, the ocean, the tears, the shells, the water animals, things in a liquid state, melting, wax, and the forces that moves us to feel. We can cleanse and heal. It says in the astrology, the zodiac signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. So, anything we're gonna add? We're gonna move on to the air. And air, spiritual understanding, symbolizes purifying, the power that revives and makes alive. The breath of God. Okay? We know it said the living soul. I mean, God breathed in the nostrils. But we're going to go to some verses here. Let's see here. Fire. Okay. And let's see. We're going to go to 1 Thessalonians 4 and 7. 4 and 7. It says, for God have not called us. Oh, no, my bad. This is the wrong one, isn't it? 4 and 17. I'm sorry, you guys. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 17. It says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Now, like the pastor had said, with the chakras, we had discussed that on one of the lives anyway about the chakra. So that half part of the air of the chakra is what he's talking about here. I think I still got that, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see, do I still got that? If not, it's on the breakdown of YouTube, guys. It says, and then let me see. No, I don't have it. I don't have it. I ain't got it. But it's on the YouTube where he had broke down the chakra about that. Do anybody want to add on to that though? About the air chakra? If not, we can move on with that.
The air chakra, well, not air chakra, the air element is related to the heart and throat chakras.
Gotcha. That paints the picture for us more, verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet in the air, and we shall. It's just so shall we ever, Lord. Appreciate that, Lord. Thank you so much. Any questions about that? Any questions? All right. We ain't gonna let too much. We're gonna go to fire. Boy, this is damn. Are y'all heard it? Let's go to the fire. Okay. All right. So first thing we need to go over the spiritual understanding of fire. All right. It says fire is generally used the Bible as a symbol of destruction of evil and error. It stands for cleansing and purification as well. It's in its true essence, it's the fire of spirit or the divine energy, which never ceases. Its life-giving, purifying glow when its cleansing work is completed in man and woman, mind and body. There is no more error to be consumed, and it is manifested in purifying the man and woman eternal life. And like I said, our God is a consuming fire. So let's read a few verses about real fast. Let's go to Hebrews 12 and 19. Hebrews 12 and 19, real fast. Wait. 12 and 19. 12. Okay. Hold on. Am I the right one? Oh, 29. I'm sorry. I'm sure. Right here. For our God is a consuming fire. Hebrews 12 and 29. We're on the fire element now. Okay. And then we're going to go to Deuteronomy 4 and 24. For our God is a consuming fire. Genesis. Go to 3. Let's understand, therefore, this day that the Lord our God is he which go over before thee as a consuming fire.
Hey, Messiah, you breaking up. I don't know if it's just my end or.
Breaking up, y'all?
Yeah, for me.
Oh, man, I don't know. I've been breaking up.
You just started breaking up about less than a minute ago.
Okay. Do you still see the stream?
Oh, yeah, I can see the stream.
Okay. What you
I'm still breaking up.
Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. Do drop out. I ain't close. I'm gonna drop out and drop again. What about them?
Say something. Nah, he's still breaking up. Want to try and restarting?
I'm gonna have to restart. That's crazy that y'all doing it.